let's take a look at the upcoming releases and some recently released indie books. Hi everyone, my name is Kayla and welcome back to Kay's Hidden Shelf, where we talk about books. Today is episode 8 of Indie Spotlight. This is a series I started to showcase upcoming releases and recently released books by indie authors in the fantasy and sci-fi genres. In today's episode, we have about 15 books because it has been a while since the last episode. So split between those, we will dive into the upcoming releases first. And the first one is Cold Silver for Souls by Tori Tekken. This is releasing on May 27th, so that is coming up fast, and I believe pre-orders are available on Amazon for ebook, and there are, I think, signed copies on the author's website as well if you want to take a look. It's a Western fantasy following an outcast, a necromancer, and bounty hunter. It'll be around 286 pages, and the tagline for this is Hunter takes on one last job, but instead of an easy payday, Hunter finds something she never expected, something that will tear open old wounds and set her on a path to find justice for someone else. I was lucky enough to be able to read this early on as an alpha or beta reader. I'm not quite sure the status, though I probably should, but I can say it was a wild ride, really well done in terms of character work and storyline, really cool magic system, and I mean, look at that cover. Yeah, so yes, I do think this will be a great read for those who are looking for more fantasy Western blendings in genre, but also those who enjoy character-driven stories, love their foreshadowing and action as well. Next is Perils of the Past by Kane Williams. This is a fantasy releasing on May 23rd, so coming up quickly in the next couple days. It's going to be around 428 pages, and it features an epic quest, strange beasts, lies as thick as flies, and reincarnation. Now, the pitch I found for this was actually in the author's Twitter feed, but when I found it, it seemed perfect, and personally, I'm hooked. It goes, remember how reincarnation was used in the 1999 film The Mummy? Rachel Weisz's character in present day aligned with who she was in the past. But what if your past life stood against everything you believe in? Yeah. So pre-orders should be up for that on Amazon as well if you want to go take a look. After that, we have a cyberpunk sci-fi, and that is Paralyze by S.K. Putt. It releases on June 6th. It'll be around 214 pages, and the tagline for it is Neon Skylines, Memory Heists, Human Bodies You Can Rent and Lose, Run with the Rebels, Echo City is waiting. And early reviews, as far as I've seen, have also been calling it a thrilling read. So if you're into cyberpunk, if you're into sci-fi, you love that vibe and you're looking for your next thrilling read, this sounds like one to check out. And finally, for the upcoming releases, because we have a lot to catch up on in the recently released books, this is one that I was very lucky to be able to read an arc for, and I absolutely adored it. It was so emotionally driven and well done. If you want to see my full written review, definitely check out the link in the description below for that. In the meantime, this is Dance With Me by Livia J. Elliott, officially releasing on July 25th. It does have a Kickstarter going on, however, until June 7th. So if you're feeling like this is a story you want to check out and you want to support in the Kickstarter, definitely go check that out. You have until June 7th to do so. Again, a link will be in the description below for that. It is a novella, so it is a quick read at 152 pages, and it's a dark fairy tale fantasy exploring the confines of depression. So this is a story that follows a ceramic ballerina who must dance for her elven owners. What follows is an emotionally driven tale with incredible focus on character work, a tale of life and pain and everything in between, and it gives voice to the broken, offering a balm to the heart. This is really the perfect read for anyone who loves character-driven and emotionally driven storytelling, the dark fairy tale vibes that go along with it, some kind of cozy and unique story and setting, because this takes place on a bookshelf as well. So if you're not afraid of stories that don't shy away from the broken pieces that life will leave us, then this is a story that you will absolutely adore. On to the recently released books. Now, this category is going to have more books in it than the previous one, mainly for the reason that it's been a while since the last episode, and there are so many books to catch up on from that period. So I want to start with one that is near completion for a series, and that is The Walled City by L.L. Stevens. This is book 5 out of 6 in the Trampery Revelation series. If you are a fan of Robin Hobb, Jenny Wirtz, if you love those rich worlds, complex fantasies with great characters and it's character-driven, absolutely check out this series. It's going to be about 629 pages. It continues the story of Darillion from book 1, which was Sordanian. Now, if you're not sure because the series is still got one book to go, I believe the author is near complete or has completed book 6, and it will be moving to the editing and publishing stage before publication. She's been very consistent about releasing a book a year, I believe, so everything from what I understand is smooth running, and we should see that final book very soon. Now, the tagline I've pulled from the author's website, and it does a good job at giving you an idea of book 1 and possibly what's to come for the rest of the series in a spoiler-free way. It says, in a fallen world being rebuilt by powerful entities tethered to human bloodlines, an arrogant asshole destined to awaken a god finally finds someone he cannot alienate. He may or may not save the world, and you may or may not love him. Just know you're in for a rousing, good story. I've read Sordanian, and it's perfect. I can't agree anymore with that, and go read it. Just read it. That's the pitch. After that, we have one from our beloved booktubers over at Talking Story, and that is Discovery, Strange Eons by J.A.J. Minton. This is a cosmic mystery thriller around 461 pages, and it released on May 15th. Tagline for this is, if humanity can't save itself and the cosmic beings do not have humans' best interests in their cold hearts, humanity will have to pull itself together to prepare for a war that not only threatens Earth, but the very fabric of reality. So far, I've seen high praise for this, so I'm really curious to dive into this myself. Cosmic mystery thriller is a genre mishmash I have not read. So if you have read others in this genre, I would be curious to hear your opinions and see if this is something that interests you as well. Barsukova. Why? The light just went out. We're struggling today, and that's okay. We're just going to keep going. After that, we have Sleeping Worlds Have No Memory by Yaroslav Barsukov. I hope I have pronounced that properly. There's been like 10 takes to try and get that. I am so sorry if I pronounced it wrong. This released back in November of 2024. It blends science fiction, fantasy, and noir with zeitgeist and prophetic qualities. The pitch for this, and I've got two for you here today. The first one being, when lies become truths and two kingdoms head to a bloody war, a man is exiled for his conscience. And the second pitch for this is that it is a must fan for China Miéville's, I hope I said that right, Baslog series, Ted Chiang's Tower of Babylon, and Robert Silverberg's Tower of Glass. After that, we have The Nomads Crucible by Charles McGarry. I have a physical copy for this one. It was very kindly sent to me from the author as I participated as a beta reader for this one. And it's a fantasy western if you're looking for more of those, but not just any fantasy western, where you might think this is kind of a bounty hunter-esque story. This is more towards an assassin whose skill is unmatched, and he faces a conundrum of conspiracy and self-reflection in a way that he didn't think would happen. It's quite an interesting tale that takes oh, such a weird twist and turn, has a weird and wonderful world to go along with it. So definitely check this out if that sounds up your alley. I hope that made sense. It's around 350 pages, and the tagline for it, a proper one, not just me rambling, is Vast and Tread, infamously known as the Nomad, is the most sought after and feared assassin. Drawn into a conspiracy and unraveling secrets hidden from him, Tread will have to face challenges about his vocation, power, and himself. This is packed with action, high stakes, and an assassin against a cruel evil. So if that sounds up your alley, definitely go take a look. Next up is a debut for this author, and that is A Journey Thrice Begun by Sean Bobby Kerr. This is a fantasy around 625 pages. It follows Everett Dwyer, who usually looked up to Charing Night, a grand celebration in his town that only happens one day a year and is the only day in that year where marriage proposals can be made. Unbeknownst to Everest, however, there is a mysterious blind family staggering towards his town, seeking refuge, yet bringing with them a darkness spreading rapidly throughout the world. This is a grim, cozy story with vicious, invading antagonists. So if this sounds up your alley, if you're curious about this, if you're looking to try a debut book by an author, definitely go check this one out. After that, we have The Source of Strife by Alex Arch. This is an epic fantasy with Western vibes. It's 387 pages, and the tagline for this is Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only stolen. Would you sacrifice someone for a taste of powerful magic? This is John Wick with magical guns meets Red Dead Redemption, featuring found family, hard magic systems, custody battle, unexpected friendships as well. So if that piques your curiosity, which it does mine, I would say that's one to pick up as well. At this point, I just want to know if any of these have made it to your TBR or busted your TBR at all, making it to the top of your list. Leave a comment below. I would love to hear which ones are making it to your read list. Next, we have Beyond the Mistline by Lincoln Law. This is a standalone fantasy at 406 pages. The tagline for this one is The path to vengeance is paved with metal. Readers who enjoyed the hard magic systems of Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn series, the colorful world building of Garth Nick's Abhorsen series, I'm so sorry, and the world of Attack on Titan comes an exciting new fantasy epic. So if that sounds up your alley, might be one to check out. After that, we have The Shape of Power by Dan F. Swinnon. This is an epic fantasy in book 1 in the Spark Gazer series. It's around 408 pages, and the tagline for this one is definitely sounding like it's going to be a bit of a motley crew going on here. In 1 year, the Empire will hang Brina's father. She won't let them. With a crew of unlikely companions, Brina sets out for the infamous prison of God's Maul. Between its blackened walls and labyrinthine passages, her father counts his final days. Always love a good prison break and motley crew. As for this next one, I'm currently reading it, and it is A Ballad of Vengeance by Karim Solomon. This is an epic fantasy that blends Egyptian and Norse mythology, and it follows a deadly family that you don't want to mess with, but it is also around 402 pages. If you're interested to learn more about the author's writing process, their inspirations, and just more about them in general and their experience in writing, definitely check out an interview I did with them recently. The link for that will be up in the cards or description below. This has been an interesting story so far. I'm about 100 pages in, and it follows a family that is highly skilled, magical, and it blends a family of a northern descent along with Egyptian descent, where the gods have interfered with their lives in such a way that demands vengeance. So if you are the type of person who loves thrilling action stories, plot-driven stories that give some insight into the characters and their struggles alongside all of that, this is definitely one to check out. Absolutely also just an epic cover. Next is another one from a fellow booktuber, and that is The Crimson Fire by Abel Monteiro. This is book 1 in the Memories of Kenjir trilogy. It is around 424 pages. Reviews are calling it a tale of rebellion with political intrigue, which sounds right up my alley. And the tagline for this is a sweeping tale of rebellion, sacrifice, and the unrelenting clash between power and destiny, packed with gripping political intrigue, high-stakes action, and unforgettable characters. It's a saga that will ignite your imagination and keep you turning the pages late into the night. If that's not a seller for a book, I don't know what is. Last but not least, we have a series, or rather a trilogy conclusion, and that is Only a Grave Will Do by James Lloyd Doolin. This is releasing on June 24th, and it is a dark adult fantasy. If you've been waiting to start this series, now is definitely the time. I know for myself, I am definitely going to be catching up for the release of this book. And the tagline on the back of book 1 is, "We are the stories we tell ourselves, even the lies." Continuing on a little bit, the thief, a great spirit, and her descendants have abused their ability to steal magic for centuries. When Kalo starts to hear the song of other people's magic, he must learn to hide from his people as well as the invaders. A gift or a curse. The description goes on from there. If that piques your curiosity, please, please, please go check it out as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Did you leave your comments below? Which ones have you added to your TBR? Did any bust your TBR, making it to the top of your list right away? I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.